Hi friends, my name is Miss Tina and today we are at the Palos Heights Public Library for our kindergarten ready story time. And today's story time is going to be about the letter F. So we are going to read stories and sing songs and do rhymes about all things that start with the letter F. I'm really excited about this story time. Okay, so to start off our story time, we always say our hello song. And we rock in our seats back and forth. And we say, the more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. We'll read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Great job. Now to start off our story time, we are going to sing about an animal that lives underwater. And it starts with the letter F. What animal do you think it is? We are going to read a story about the 3 little fish and the big bad shark. And it is by Ken Geist and Julia Gorton. Let's see. 3 little fish and the big bad shark. Okay. Once upon a time, there lived a mama fish and her 3 little fish. Jim, Tim, and Kim. It is now time, said the mama, for each of you to make a home in the deep blue sea. So off they went. The first little fish, named Jim, swam away and met a seahorse playing in some seaweed. Can I have some of the seaweed so I can build a house? Take as much as you can carry, said the seahorse. Jim gathered the seaweed and made a weedy little house. Jim had just finished building his seaweed house when he heard the big, bad shark knocking at the door. Little fish, let me come in. The little fish trembled and replied, Not by the skin of my finny fin. Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in, roared the shark. So the big bad shark munched, and he crunched, and he ate up every bit of the seaweed house. And Jim swam away just in time. Soon, Jim found his brother Tim. Don't worry, Jim. We fish stick together. You can help me build a sandy house, a sandy little house. Jim and Tim had just started to relax in the sandy little house when the big, bad shark came knocking at the door. Little fish, let me come in. To which the brave little fish replied, Not by the skin of my finny fin. Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in, roared the shark. So the big, bad shark munched, and he crunched until he got a sandy mouthful, and the house crumbled. Jim and Tim swam and swam. until they reached their sister Kim. Kim was setting up her house in an old wooden ship. The big, bad shark destroyed our houses. Don't worry, you can live with me, said Kim. And they did. The three little fish had just finished lunch when they heard the big, bad shark knocking at their door.
Little fish, let me come in.
To which the smart fish replied, Not by the skin of my finny fin fin.
Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in, roared the shark.
The big bad shark munched and he crunched, but he could not smash the house in. And all his teeth fell out. The three little fish were safe at last. And the shark had to eat seaweed. Oh no! The end. That is definitely a fun little story, isn't it? Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a hint about our next story because we are going to do a song about the animals that are going to be in our next story. Now, I'm going to move the camera so that you can see my flannel board. Now, what animals do you see? Yes, you see bugs, but bugs does not start with the letter F. What else is on the board? Frogs, and frogs start with the letter F. Now the song that we're going to sing is 5 Green and Speckled Frogs. Can you count the frogs with me to make sure that I put all of them on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, looks like Miss Tina remembered to put all of the frogs on the board. Okay, so let's sing our song. 5 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 4 green speckled frogs. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 3 green speckled frogs. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 2 green speckled frogs. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there was 1 green speckled frog. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were no green speckled frogs. All gone. Okay, so now let's read our story. Now this is a silly story. The name of this story is called Ribbit. And what do we see here? Is this a frog? No, it's a piggy. Ribbit is written by Rodrigo Folgueira. Let's see. Once upon a time, there was a pond that was home to a family of frogs. It was their pond, and they were very happy living there. But one morning, they discovered a surprise visitor. It was a pig, a little pink pig sitting on a rock. "Goodness," said the frogs. "Why is there a pig in our pond?" They whispered amongst themselves until finally the chief frog spoke up. "Ahem. Good morning. What can we do for you?" And to their amazement, the little pig answered, "Ribbit." "What did he say?" cried the frogs. "This pig is confused. Does he think he's a frog? Is he making fun of us?" But again, all the little pig said was, "Ribbit." News of the little pig who thought he was a frog spread fast, and all the animals hurried to the pond to see the visitor. "This new relative of yours is a little pink," said the raccoon. "He's no relation of ours," declared the frogs. "He certainly sounds like a frog," said the weasel. "Why would a pig want to be a frog?" said the parrot. "And what's wrong with being a frog, may we ask?" exclaimed the frogs. Everyone started shouting at each other, completely ignoring the little pig, who just sat there practicing his ribbit. The animals laughed and laughed, and the frogs got angrier and angrier, until finally the chief frog shouted, "Stop! We're not getting anywhere by fighting. We must go and find the wise old beetle. He'll know what to do." "The wise old beetle?" gasped all the animals. "But he hates to be disturbed." "I know," said the chief frog, "but this is very serious." "That's true," the animals agreed, and off they went. And the little pig said, "Ribbit?" The animals found the wise old beetle and tried to explain the problem. It was hard for him to understand because they were all talking at once. In the end, he agreed to go with them to the pond. But when they arrived, "Where did the pig go?" the animals cried. "Who was he? What did he want?" "Maybe," said the wise old beetle, "he just wanted to make new friends." And off he went. "Oh dear," said the animals. They hadn't thought of that. And sure enough, sitting on a branch high up in a tree nearby was the little pig. Tweet! He was surrounded by new friends. Tweet, 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 tweet! The end. That was a funny story, wasn't it? Okay, now for our next song, we are going to practice our animal noises because you know what else starts with the letter F? Farm. Farm starts with the letter F. So I have a sheep here. Good morning, sheep. How do you think the sheep would say good morning to you? Let's make the noise together. Ba! Let's get another animal. This is a hen. Good morning, hen. How do you think the hen would say good morning to you? Let's make the noise together. Cluck, 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 cluck. And I also have a duck. Good morning, duck. How would the duck say good morning to you? Quack, quack, quack. Let's get another animal. This is a big animal, and we're putting him up right now. Can you see the big animal? What is that? That is a cow. Good morning, cow. How would the cow say good morning? Moo. Now I have one more animal left, and we're going to make some room on the felt board for him. He's a big animal. What do you think he is? I have a horse. Good morning, horse. And how do you think the horse would say good morning to you? Neigh! Great job, friends. Now I'm going to move the camera so that you can see me again. Okay, now our last story also starts with the letter F, and it is about feelings. So let's see if we can share some of our feelings right now. So when mommy or daddy tickles you, how does that make you feel? That makes you feel happy and silly, right? Can you show me your happy face? Great. Now, how about when you're playing with a toy and someone comes up to you and snatches the toy that you're playing with? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel sad? Can you show me your sad face? Does it make you feel mad? Can you show me your mad face? How about when you walk into a room and someone shouts, "Surprise!" How does that make you feel? Surprised, right? Okay, now show me your surprised face on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my surprised face. It's a silly face, isn't it? Okay, let's read our book. And the name of this book is titled The Boy with Big, Big Feelings. And it is by Britney Winn Lee. Okay, let's read. All right. There once was a boy with feathery hair and a heart that was bursting with feeling. His emotions seemed bigger than everyone else's, and sometimes they made him go reeling. When playing outside on the yellowest days, a loud truck might rumble on by. And wouldn't you know it, that big heart of his would push feelings right out of his eyes. At night, when the shadows would form on the walls and fear would steal all of his rest, those feelings of his made it so hard to breathe as they jumped up and down in his chest. Sometimes when his play had to come to an end, or when things didn't go as he'd planned, The feelings would run down the length of his arms and clench when they got to his hands. He felt happy feelings as big as the others, from tickles and hide-and-go-seek, and jokes and races and stories and songs that made feelings glow from his cheeks. Beautiful things would stick in his brain and not leave him for hours and hours. The fur of a dog, a fluffy white cloud, his mama, a banjo, some flowers. But when someone he loved had a very hard day, he'd feel he'd been over-equipped to feel all their feelings as deeply as they, which would quiver right out of his lip. He wondered, why me? Why this big giant heart in a world that's so heavy and kind, where all of the feelings under the sun feel as if they were made to be mine? So the boy tried to stuff all his feelings deep down to control what he thought he should hide, afraid that the others would make fun of him if they saw all he felt deep inside. Would they think he was weak, dramatic, afraid? Would they call him a wimp or a baby? If they saw the big thumping heart in his chest, would they not want to play with him, maybe? But while swinging one day, feeling oh so alone, he noticed a girl feeling blue. He marveled, what's that? Could it be? Yes, indeed. Her emotions were extra big too. Are you okay? The boy asked the girl. I'm fine. Just sometimes I get sad. He said, you do? Hey, I get sad too. I get scared and silly and mad. The two became pals who shared their big hearts, not feeling they had to pretend. When they needed to cry or to laugh big and loud, since feelings had helped make them friends. And soon they noticed there were other big hearts in the classroom, the playground, the bus. And they smiled as they learned that it wasn't just them. Big emotions affect all of us. The boy and his friends slowly felt less alone with the feelings that lived deep inside them. Emotions might feel big and scary sometimes, but that is no reason to hide them. The end. Okay, friends. So what did we read and sing about that starts with the letter F? Oh, so many things. Okay, we read about frogs and friendship and feelings and fish, and we sang about farm animals. Oh my goodness, all these things start with the letter F. I hope you enjoyed this story time. And now we're going to say our goodbye song. So we're going to sing the same song that we sang at the start of our story time. So we're going to rock back and forth. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. We'll read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Bye, friends. I'll see you next time.